Hi guys and girls, I want to talk to you about adding and subtracting with decimals. In your Decimal Ops book in Investigation 2, I'm looking at problem 2.1. This is page 29 in your book. It says that if you're looking at adding and subtracting with decimals, part D here, Sally Jane is looking at this and she says you can add decimals the same way that you add whole numbers. You just need to line up the decimal points to make sure that the numbers with the same place value are added. So she's showing here with her work that she's lining up the decimal and then she's using that to add. And then Leanne says, it helps if you put some zeros in the empty spot here, and then you can use those zeros to help you add. So my question to you is, why do we even have to line up the decimal? So let's take a look at a problem where we don't line up the decimal and then where we do line up the decimal and look at the difference here. So I'm going to move my camera to my paper now so we can take a look at a problem that I've created for you here. So I'm just looking at money. It's a little bit easier to refer to. So if I have $7.50 and then I have 75 cents, I know if I add that together that I'm going to get over $8, in between $8 and $9 if I'm estimating, or if I literally add those together, I'm going to get $8.25. Now, if I do not know that I need to line up the decimals or I'm not sure, sometimes what I have students do is they will take the problem and they'll line up the numbers on the left-hand side like I've done here. And then they'll go ahead and add. So 0, and then I have a blank space here. So I'm going to put 0. 5 plus 5 is 10. 7 plus 7 is 14. Plus this 1 is 15. Okay, so I know that this is $8.25. This did not get me close to my answer, and I also am not sure what to do with the decimal. Do I bring it down here? Do I bring it down here? So that was epic fail number 1. My next thing that I could try is $7.50 and line it up on the right-hand side, which may or may not work. So now I have to add this together. 0 plus 5, 5 plus 7, 1 plus 7. And now I end up with the right answer, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with that decimal. It just so happens when I line it up this way on the right-hand side that the decimals also line up. And when I do this correctly, all I need to do now is bring my decimal straight down into my answer. Okay, let's take a look at another example. If I were to skip to the next couple of pages in my book here, it's going to talk to me about some subtraction problems, and it's going to ask me if I am subtracting correctly. So this is investigation 2.2 in our book, and I want to know if some of these students are solving their problems correctly or not. So same idea. If I have $70.50 minus 50 cents. So if I look at this as money again, let's pretend this is $7.50 minus 50 cents. I know that that's going to give me $70, correct? If I line up my numbers on the left-hand side, I have 5, 0, and 2. Again, not close to my estimation. I also don't know what to do with the decimals, so I have a fail there. Now, if I go back and I rewrite this, and I even sneak a 0 in here because I legally can do that without changing my value. And then I line up my other number here by lining up my decimal, and I subtract 0 minus 0, 5 minus 5. I'm going to bring my decimal straight down in my answer before I forget. 0 minus nothing, and 7 take away nothing. Now my answer matches my estimate that I began with. Okay? So, what I want you to understand from this, guys and girls, is that when you are adding and subtracting with decimals, it is really important that you remember place value and you line the decimals up. You are allowed to insert some zeros after the numbers. You cannot put a 0 in between a number, but after the numbers will not change that place value and will help you to solve that problem. Okay? We'll be talking more about this week, but I wanted to post this for you in case you need to rewatch it to answer some of your questions. All right. Thank you for watching.